Okay, beach watch, we have dolphins. I estimate plus minus 30, about 200 meters from the river mouth.
Okay, beach watch, I have animals near the beach.
One of our lifeguards, they were attacked by a shark a couple of months back, last year August. So it's quite serious. We're not sure how long it will take for the ambulance or the paramedics to get here in time to save him if he gets bitten, understand? So prevention is always better than cure.
In South Africa, danger is ever present and can often overshadow the natural beauty of the landscapes. This is the beach at Cape Town, the extreme south of the African continent, or almost, as the ultimate geographical landmass is the Cape of Good Hope further south. The country's beaches have been mixed for 13 years now. Previously, in the days of apartheid, bathers were separated by the color of their skin. Segregationist laws have deeply marked the history of South Africa. Cape Town was founded by the Dutch in 1625. But the strategic nature of the territory was of great interest to the British. In the early days of the 20th century, the Boer War broke out. The British prevailed. The warring parties, Dutch and British, then joined forces to deprive the non-white native population of their fundamental rights. In 1910, the Afrikaners drew up their first racial legislation. Apartheid was implemented in 1948. This political system was based on a doctrine excluding all blacks and all descendants of slaves, be they of mixed race or Indian. On South Africa's beaches, for 40 years, the sun did not shine for everyone.
I went to a white beach and because of
Ce matin, j'ai voulu aller à la plage avec le fils de ma domestique.
I wanted to go to the beach this morning with my son and my maid. We were turned away because the beach was reserved for whites. It was a great shock to me. I looked around and, in fact, there were only whites there. Even if you wanted to come with your servants, you wouldn't have the right.
On n'aurait pas le droit de le faire.
Apartheid was abolished in 1991, but the whites have maintained most of the economic forces. 4 years later, the blacks came to power, but the sense of frustration persisted. Discrimination was no longer racial, but social. 60% of the unemployed were black. Today, the beach at Camps Bay, one of Cape Town's chic suburbs, is an illustration of this new form of segregation. Black workers arrive each morning by bus. At the end of the day, they return to the townships, the black ghettos. They try to make a little money any way they can. But in Victoria Road, life appears easy and exclusively white. Leslie traveled widely through her work as a designer before settling here in Camps Bay, the town where she grew up.
This beach is quite a small beach, but I think it's a perfect location. It's close to everything, close to the city, and it has quite a variety of people that come to this beach. There's a lot of wealthy people that obviously live in the area, or holiday makers, because there's some really top hotels in the area. So it's a very social place to be seen, and I love it. It's part of my life to be here in the morning with my daughter, have breakfast on the beach, or to meet friends for drinks in the afternoon. It's a wonderful, wonderful beach. In this place we have a lot of beautiful girls. Cape Town is known for their beautiful girls. And with that and the beautiful landscape, there's a lot of shoots that take place here with people coming from all over the world to do advertisements. Maybe if we're lucky today, you will get to see someone shooting. Come along with me, let's see.
It's an attractive location for Western producers, largely because of the low local wages. But the time zone is an advantage also, only 1 hour difference from Paris and Berlin. And when it's snowing in Europe, it's summer here.
I just wanted to ask you what you're doing here. Are you doing an ad here today?
Yeah, doing a TV commercial for Sweden.
Okay, doing an ad for a Scandinavian brand of shoes. It's very busy in Cape Town. Wherever you go, on the beach, in the streets, in summertime, there's loads and loads of shooting. What's also great about the shooting is it brings a lot of income for South Africans. A lot of Cape Townians, a lot of my friends are actually involved in the film industry, either as makeup artists or crew for cameramen, all sorts of runners, entertainment, all that sort of thing.
The slopes above Camps Bay have an air of Hollywood about them. In the shadow of Table Mountain, the streets are lined with luxury villas built by advertising and publicity people. Leslie has just bought a house. Until now, she lived in downtown Cape Town. She's thrilled to be living in a chic suburb where she once spent her vacations. And she's proud to be able to show her new home to her parents.
I grew up in Cape Town as a little girl, obviously, and stayed just in the city bowl, and this was the beach, Camps Bay, where we spent our time, especially as young ladies and gents, met all the boys there and had parties on the beach. It was so great. And you're so lucky to stay right here on the doorstep of the beach.
No, absolutely.
Yes, something which
I always
loved.
dreamt of living here, so I'm very happy to be that I'm living my dream, actually,
Yes,
to be in Camps Bay.
you're living my dream as well.
Leslie's childhood memories do not include the segregation aspect. At that age, all that counted were sandcastles and the adventures of adolescence. But her mother remembers apartheid quite clearly.
Even on the buses in those stages, there were certain areas which the white people sat and certain areas where the non-white people sat. And it didn't seem strange. It seemed quite normal in the beginning. We were a little bit frightened when they could just sit anywhere and we were worried, are we going to be safe?
Yes, yes.
It is nice actually now that we can share all these lovely beaches with everybody from our country. And it's nice to mingle with these people as well, and that they have the opportunities also to use it.
Yes.
This situation, for a long time, was but a dream for the country's most famous political prisoner, held captive for 28 years here on Robben Island. A constant opponent of apartheid, Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president in 1994. On the other side of Table Mountain, the Cape Town beaches are rather different from Camps Bay. Here, every class and color can enjoy the same sunshine and freedom. Cape Town is made up of 31% blacks, 19% whites, and 48% mixed races. Sunday is beach day for the inhabitants of the townships. The Baptist centers use the occasion to provide a meal for those who may not eat every day. Positive discrimination obliges employers to reserve a third of all jobs for blacks. Whites are increasingly numerous at the centers. Isabelle Monod is French. She arrived in Cape Town in 1979 to work as a heart surgery nurse. In contrast to Leslie's carefree attitude in Camps Bay, Isabelle is very concerned about South Africa's social situation.
How to say, we don't have any more separation of races, but we still have tremendous poverty in this country. There's really a lot of things. And I'm not hopeful for this country unless people start from the bottom. And I'm not a socialist, I'm not talking politics, but if people don't want to solve the problem of poor people will go nowhere. Because there will be more crime and more rape, there will be more everything. So we have to solve, that's why I'm here.
Isabel spends much of her time on the beach among the underprivileged.
Black people come from the townships. They come from very far away from the township with buses. No, but I say, I know Mitchell's Plain,
yeah.
And you've got Power Drive.
No, I like to be
Why? It's not so nice over there, why? The gentleman is telling me that it's coming from Mitchell's Plain.
Yeah.
It's close to the beach.
Yeah.
It's very far away,
yeah.
But he prefers to come here.
You know, I prefer to come here, yeah.
It's quite
very nice here.
Anthony is a house painter. His wages have to cover not only his own family's expenses, but those of his brothers too.
When I was young, I didn't have that opportunity because my parents couldn't afford to take me to the beach. Never. I have to go to the bath and they have to go and swim. They don't take you anywhere. But you yourself, as a man, as a person, for your own children, you must do it for yourself. Now that's why I bring my children to the beach. They are the future of the life. People who are here on this beach, it's decent people. There's no black, there's no white, there's no color. They all enjoy themselves, and that's what I like. That's for my future, for my children also, they must know it. If they go from here, they can go any beach. Nobody can stop them.
A few kilometers away is Mitchell's Plain, the beach at Anthony's Township. Like the town itself, it hardly inspires the locals. And yet, the shanty towns are gradually disappearing. The local council can offer the township inhabitants individual houses. But shantytown or not, unemployment is still rife. In order to become a homeowner, one must work hard and borrow money. This is Anthony's dream.
This is my wife. We're staying together for 8 years. She's working at Samila Fashion. She's a machinist. This is my daughter.
Unemployed.
She's unemployed. She always comes to visit us. She got 2 kids. And she got a husband that's only working.
Working by Woolworths.
This is my wife and my room we are staying in. You can see everything is still undone, but we will come so far that we can build it up. And I believe that one day this place is still going to be very famous because near to the beachside. That's what I know about. That's why I'm going to buy this place. Whatever I'm going to do with this place, make something out. Even for foreigners who are going to come here.
For the moment, few foreigners venture here. The township's reputation and gang activity discourage tourism.
This place can be a very good place. There will be no crimes or anything will be in this place. But children who haven't got a job, what do they do with their lives? Huh? They're taking drugs. They got nothing to do because they haven't got to work. All the youngsters are living around here, from small to big, all is trying and do this thing, all are doing this thing.
I've got the netball team using the little children to keep them off the street. At the moment, I'm busy looking for funds. We're trying to set up a rehab for the children here.
Only privilege we can have, and that is nearer for us also, to go to this beach here. These people can't afford to go to Muizenberg. They will never afford it. This is the only beach they are near to afford to go that side. This man, the lady who just spoken to you, will always open the gates because they also feel it like just to keep our young people safe and keep them out of drugs and keep them out of tuk.
The gate is padlocked to limit access to the sports ground, but this is the only way to get to the beach.
it's very quiet here. There's no other people around by this beach. You can see, yes, you can see people here. No people you see on this beach. Now that's why I say this is not a beach. Apartheid isn't out yet. They must still work on it and make it equal rights. I believe in equal rights. Everybody wants to enjoy life. Everybody wants to enjoy the beach, but there's no facilities. They can't do nothing here. They can't enjoy themselves. They will drown here in this beach. They can drown here. They must go to Muizenberg. What is that?
Muizenberg Beach is not only an attraction for the people in the townships. The waves draw surfers from around the world. In winter, all of Europe seems to be here. When Gary first came to Muizenberg, he realized the breakers were unique. The first surfing school was created.
This beach is probably one of the best beaches in the country, if not in the world, to learn how to surf. Because the waves are very soft, they don't break too hard. This beach is the only place the water gets up to 24 degrees. It is like a bath. If you have a look, you see everyone can swim for hours, you know. You don't need a wetsuit. If you go to Camps Bay or anywhere on the Atlantic side, 2 minutes in the water, then you're out because you're cold, you know. You go in like a male, you come out like a female. It's crazy, bro. The Majestic Tea Lounge, it's the oldest shop in Muizenberg. And I remember as a kid when I came here, it was the first place I found because they sell these ice creams with twirly cone. I think it's Italian ice cream. But I tell you, it can be rain, snow, hail, summer, winter, every day. There are just people coming out of that shop with ice creams. Yeah, you can check all the pictures of Muizenberg back in the day. This is like the 50s. As I said, we had these beach huts from the one end of the beach all the way right to the other end. And what happened was all the people used to go into the beach hut to get changed, you know, out of their clothes, into their swimsuits. People just didn't do it on the beach. So you could hire a beach house for the day and maybe leave your stuff in there.
Gary may only be 43 years old, but he's still rather nostalgic.
Unfortunately, the times have changed now as well. In the old days, the surfers, we used to take our key when we go surfing, and we lock your car and you put it under the car on the wheel and you go surf. Nowadays, you can't do that because if you do that, you come back, your car is gone, you know? So you have to leave your key at the surf school.
Everyone in the townships knows Gary. He's always ready to help out anyone who asks for advice. John and the Kiso grew up in the street. Today they represent the new generation.
Okay, so you can kind of see a guy who knows the surfboards. He'll walk in and he'll take a look and he'll walk and he'll have a look. And if I had to walk in here, the first board I would grab would be this one or this one because I surf almost every day. So that's what you've got to ask the customer, and you kind of see, and you can kind of see if they're reluctant to take it or they don't.
Gary started a surfing school to help get the kids off the streets. Cape Town has the highest crime rate in the whole country.
Everyone was just getting involved into drugs. People were getting shot. When Gary came around, everyone just started moving away because now there's something to do. Because back then there was nothing to do. You can only do one thing, stay with them, or you get shot.
Gary's biggest thrill was seeing one of the kids he was working with become world champion.
If everybody just gives a little bit, it would be a better place for everybody. And I mean, that's just a basic philosophy that we encourage and practice at the school here. And I mean, all the kids have learned a hell of a lot and have definitely become a better person within themselves because they've been on the other side and they've been given an opportunity through surfing, and not just to become a good surfer, but to become a better person and also learn how to give and help other people. Yeah, cool. Take it easy, bro. Enjoy.
Encouraged by Gary, John and Thakiso are planning to open their own surf shop one day. But before that, they hope to go to university and get a business degree.
So the wave's good for surfing today?
Yeah, they're good for surfing.
And what about the sharks? Because I'm a little nervous.
Sharks is not a big thing. There is sharks around, but there's a siren that goes out.
Has it gone off lately?
Last year also one lifeguard was bitten.
Are they okay now?
Yeah, he's okay. They only took his legs. So.
Only his legs.
Both of them survived.
Who needs legs?
Only his legs.
You don't need your legs, okay?
Surf lesson number 1 consists of 2 basic rules. The first is how to keep upright on a surfboard. And it's not that easy. The second is persevere. Surfing, so they say, teaches you not to give up too soon. A notion that John and Thakiso want to apply outside the surfing context and to teach to the kids in the streets. At 20 and 22 years of age, they never experienced apartheid and remain optimistic.
Well, actually, we're not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for the future of surfing, for the younger generation, the young boys, the young surfer black kids who want to go do surfing, we're doing that for them. So they see what we do, so they also want to do what we do, so we're happy,
Surfing is a godsend for children from the ghettos, and shark spotting represents a new opportunity for those out of work.
This is a very effective safety program where we can alert people of any sharks in the area. We're now employing 20 shark spotters. These are all people that used to be unemployed, and they now have jobs with the shark spotting program, and they're learning new skills. So we've got some funding now, and we're going to take this program forward and really create some opportunities for locals in the area and make the water a lot safer.
The day surfing comes to an end. John and Thakiso leave the breakers behind and head for a different world at Camps Bay.
Camps Bay, this is where normally people come out after a surf, which everyone loves partying, so everyone just comes out to
relax, check the chicks out, have a couple of drinks and all that. After hard work in Muizenberg.
It's a rich place too, it's a rich place, and mostly rich people hang out, people with money, as you can see, the cars. If you don't have money, you actually feel out. Mostly surfers don't feel out, so they just mingle with everyone, so. I'm not shy because I know they're just a different color. They just speak English probably better than me. So they're just a different color. It's nothing that we all have the same genes. So for me, seeing a white boy or a white girl, it's no big deal. I'm just keeping it the same. That's just the way I am. So man, just keeping it local.
Mostly black kids, when they see us surfing, they actually it's like a shock to them. It's like, how can this guy go out there and before that we couldn't go out there. So nowadays they're all following our footsteps now.
Okay guys, enjoy it. Check it out.
The clubs here are now like the beaches, somewhat more mixed.
And I feel heaven is over me. Come on and set me free.
With its snobbish beaches, ghetto beaches, and sports beaches, the Cape Town Sea is perhaps beginning to wash away the differences.
I can feel heaven is over me. Come on, set me free. Well, set me free. Storm is over.